Okay, so today I want to talk about the precautionary principle. And the reason I want to talk about the precautionary principle is because this principle, in conjunction with the polluters pay principle, becomes very important when we get into more complicated discussions, such as climate change and why it's necessary to do something about climate change, right? Anyway, so the precautionary principle states that in a risk management situation, right, where the potential environmental consequences of a policy or action are unacceptable, right, causing harm to the public or to the environment or even to future generations, measures or precautions must be taken to mitigate the risk. Even if the probability of the worst case scenario is low, and even if there is an absence of scientific consensus, right? Now, for example, the use of cell phone in airplanes. Now, if you've ever been on a flight, at the beginning of the flight, the flight attendant explains the safety procedures, and there's an instruction there not to use consumer electronic devices, such as cell phones, during takeoff or landing of the flight, right? And the reason for this is because there's some evidence that these consumer electronic devices, such as cell phones, interfere with the essential navigational systems of the aircraft, right? And in 1999, in response to inquiries about the reasons for this ban, right, or the necessity for the ban, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration commissioned a study to gather stronger evidence for or against the hypothesis that consumer electronic devices interfere with the essential navigational systems, right? But what happened was the study failed to produce any kind of significant evidence that this is in fact the case. But nevertheless, the US FAA still ruled that the ban would stay in place, right? And most people would agree that the inconvenience of not being able to talk on your cell phone during a flight would more than offset even a small risk. The aircraft that you're in is going to crash, right? So this is an example of the precautionary principle or precautionary action being taken in the face of uncertainty.